Hi everyone, I'm Sherry and I'm from Sherry's Kitchen, from my kitchen to yours. And today we are going to talk about how those sprouts that we grew in this jar are going to get clean. I know a lot of people like to just open it up and put it in a storage container, but you're going to notice and see why I rinse mine and they last a lot longer. First step is we need to have a salad spinner, and it comes in three parts: the bottom, the basket, and the top. Okay, so we are going to start by opening up our jar, and we are going to put the sprouts in the basket. I'm going to put it in the sink, and we're going to take it off. Now when we take the lid off, you're going to see sometimes some brown hulls. As the seeds are sprouting, there are these little hulls are always popping off, and they make the sprouts very dirty. Now as I take it out of the jar, I have to be a little bit aggressive as they come out of the jar, but once they start, I slide it out. And that's what I like about this particular jar, because it slides right out into one whole piece. And now we're going to take and pull these pieces apart, this whole hunk, to expose it, so all these little hulls that you see, they're going to start coming off, and you'll be amazed how dirty the water gets when we're washing these, okay? And we have to be gentle. It may look like I'm rough, but I'm not. I'm handling it very gently, because these are little baby sprouts, and they can get damaged very easily as you're messing with them by pulling them apart, okay? So we're going to fill up the run the water, and as we run the water, loosen them up even more gently. And we're going to fill this up, and we're going to use our hands like a little gentle rake, our fingers. We're not going to grab it like that. We're going to just take and swish it back and forth, our hands, to loosen up the hulls. Now, you're not going to get 100%, but what you're looking for is that the water becomes clear, not dirty. And when I say clear, I don't mean that there'll be no hulls. I mean the water itself will be clear. And I'm going to show you that. We're going to take this one step at a time. But my main thing is I want you to see how much dirt comes off of these sprouts. So while we're filling it, and I'm going to, when we get it all full, I'll show you what happens. All right, now as you can see, I want you to notice all those dirty hulls coming up and the water, and you're gonna see how dirty that water is. And what I normally do is I continue to shake it a little bit to loosen up those hulls, and then I run a little bit more water, and we're gonna push some of these hulls outside by taking and push, without losing many of our sprouts. You're gonna lose some, but I try to shake them off, the ones that are floating to the top, okay? So now we got most of them off of the top, but I wanna show you the amazing part, and that is, look how dirty that water is. You would never imagine all that dirt, and really it's hull dirt, I call it. All of that being mixed in with the sprouts. So we're gonna start it all over again, and I do this for at least 3 times. So this was the first rinse. Okay, then we're gonna set up for the second one. Second rinse, I continue to use my fingers like a gentle rake. And as you can see, we're getting rid of some more hulls. And I guess I'm gonna push them off to the side gently. And I'm doing this with cold water, not hot. Now I want you to see the color of the water. As you can see, the water is it's a lot better. You can at least see through it, but it has more hulls and stuff. Okay, so that's the end of our second rinse. Now we're going to start our third rinse. Now this is our third rinse, and as you can see, there's not very many hulls on the top hanging around. I call it hulls and hull dirt because there's little pieces that come off the hulls, and it dirties up your sprouts. And now they look fresher and they'll last longer. So I'm going to pull up the water, and what do you see? The water is a lot more clear. Again, you're not going to get rid of all the hulls. but you will have a cleaner bunch of sprouts here. So then I take and pour that off. Now this is what we call a salad spinner. And the reason it's going to take off the excess water, because you see all that water coming off of this? It has to come off as much as possible, because otherwise you will cause these sprouts to rot. So this is how a salad spinner works. I'm going to take the lid, which has the pump action top, put that on. And now I like doing mine in the sink because it gives me better leverage, okay? And I usually pump it until I count to 50. So it's almost like doing a chest compression. You can do it like that. But you want to be above the actual thing. And I'm going to keep pumping this for about 50 pumps, okay? And I'm going to show you this when they're done. So now we have just finished our third rinse, and then we spun it dry. We got as much liquid off it as possible, and this is where they come out. Now, aren't they beautiful? They look fresher, and they will have a better taste to them because you're not eating hulls and hull dirt, okay? So, now how I store them. This is a progressive container. This is the larger one, and how I use that, or why I use it, is because it has drain holes to drain off any excess water into this tray. And then it also has a little thing here to turn it for either no air or for air. I leave it open for the air for my sprouts. So then I take and put these sprouts, tumble them into my progressive container. And there they go. And you get as many out of there as you can. Waste not, want not, okay? And then I will clean that up later. Now, then I put the top on them, and I refrigerate them after that. Now, how to clean your container? You see all those tiny sprouts in there? Well, the easy way to do this is go to the sink, take to the sink, and we're gonna just tap it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna hold it to the light. Now, through the light, you'll see any little pieces that are left on there. And as you can see, the tapping of it gets mostly all those sprouts pieces off. And then I just rinse it with my hand to feel for any one. And then from here, you can put this in the dishwasher, okay? But at least you won't have those sprouts hanging around and getting caught in there, okay? All right, I hope that is helpful, because a lot of people don't realize the need to rinse their sprouts. They just eat them and then they store them, and they get rotten very quick. They rot very quickly. And so this was hopefully a tip that's going to help you to help cause your sprouts to last longer and taste fresher. Okay? This is Sherry from Sherry's Kitchen, from my kitchen to yours. Bye-bye.